The first mistake people make in Aviator is thinking it's luck. It's not. It's timing. 1 second too early and you miss the real money. 1 second too late and you crash with everyone else. In 2025, the smart players already know this. They don't guess anymore, they read the rhythm of the game. Because Aviator doesn't move randomly, it breathes. Every takeoff, every crash, it follows a pulse. And once you hear it, you can ride it. The game starts. The plane lifts. 1x, 1.5x, 2x. The chat's already on fire. Cash out. Cash out. Some people pull out at 1.6x. Others hold. Then, in a blink, the plane vanishes. The ones who waited stare at the screen. Gone. But there's one player quiet, calm, he already cashed out seconds before. That's timing. These players don't chase wins. They don't panic. They wait. Sometimes they sit through 10 rounds without touching a single bet. They call them shadow rounds. It's how they sync with the game's heartbeat. You can almost see it in their eyes. They're not watching the plane. They're watching the pattern. Because here's what most people miss. After a string of fast crashes under 1.2x, Aviator often breathes out. The next flight tends to stretch longer. Not always, but enough for the observant to notice. That's the wave. That's when smart players strike. They don't go all in. They split. One half, they cash out early around 1.4x or 1.5x. The other half, they let fly. That's not greed. That's control. They're buying time, not luck. Aviator rewards control. The game feeds on emotion. The moment you start playing with your heart, it takes everything. You hold too long, whispering, just a little more. And boom, the plane disappears. The ones who win don't whisper. They don't wait for miracles. They react with precision. And the truth about 2025's version of Aviator is simple. It got smarter. The algorithm shifts slightly when too many players bet big. When the crowd gets greedy, crashes come faster. So the best players do the opposite. When everyone's betting heavily, they go small or skip around completely. When the noise dies down, that's when they step in. It's a quiet strategy. No flashy bets. No bragging in chat. Just rhythm. They read the flow like a heartbeat. 1.18x. 1.45x. 2.05x. Crash. Wait. 1.02x. 1.1x. 1.88x. Long flight. They spot the pattern most players ignore. Some record 20 or 30 rounds. They note the highs, the lows, the clusters. They're not trying to cheat, they're mapping behavior. And once you map behavior, you can predict tension. You know when the system breathes in, when it exhales. That's where profit lives. They play by one rule: never lose twice in a row. If they lose, they skip. They let the round go. No revenge bets, no doubling, just patience. The longer they wait, the clearer the rhythm gets. It's not about chasing, it's about alignment. One player calls it the 3-phase rule. Observe, enter, exit. Always in that order. Observe until you see the calm. Enter when the timing feels right. Exit before emotion takes over. That's the game. Because Aviator is built to test you. It's not just math, it's psychology. The more desperate you get, the faster it punishes you. The longer you wait, the more it opens up. Every crash isn't a loss. It's information. The top earners don't sit for hours. They treat each session like a mission. 10 minutes, a few clean rounds. Then they're out. They take profit, close the game, and walk away. They don't stay to celebrate. They disappear before the crash finds them. You can almost feel the tension when they play. The plane climbs 2x, 3x, 4x. Everyone's shouting. The chat's losing it. But that one player already cashed out. He's not even watching the number anymore. He knows it'll fall. And when it does, he smiles. That's the difference between hope and discipline. Because in Aviator, survival is the real win. Everyone's chasing 10x, 20x, 50x. But the smart ones? They're chasing balance. 100 small, consistent rounds beat one lucky flight every single time. Here's what they understand. Aviator isn't random chaos. It's coded rhythm. The plane doesn't just crash. It follows invisible cycles of volatility. You can't see them, but you can feel them. 2 fast crashes, 1 long flight, 3 short spikes, then silence. The more you pay attention, the more those cycles reveal themselves. And when you start to see it, everything changes. You stop betting emotionally. You start breathing with the game. Every crash teaches you patience. Every win reminds you to exit early. Timing becomes instinct. Most people lose because they want to prove something to themselves or to the game. They double, triple, chase, and lose it all. But the disciplined ones treat Aviator like a test of calm. Their secret isn't strategy, it's stillness. They know when to stop. They know when to sit out. They know when not to touch anything, even when the plane flies for 10 seconds straight. Because greed is the real crash, not the multiplier. So when people ask, how do smart players cash out before the crash? The answer isn't luck or hacks, it's rhythm, observation, patience, timing. The 4 pillars of survival in a game that was designed to make you rush. You can't fight the system, but you can understand it. You can't control when the plane falls, but you can control when you jump. And that's what 2025's players are mastering. They've stopped chasing. They've started reading. They wait for the calm, not the storm. And when it comes, they take what's theirs and leave the rest behind. The ones who last the longest are never the loudest. They play small, stay focused, and let their timing do the talking. Because in Aviator, the win doesn't belong to the bold. It belongs to the disciplined. So before you load your next round, stop and breathe. Don't chase every takeoff. Don't fight every crash. Watch. Wait. Move when it's right. That's how smart players in 2025 cash out before the crash. And if you want to keep learning how they do it, subscribe. Don't wait for the next fall to teach you what patience could have earned. Join the ones who already know when to fly.